Imagine a school shrouded in eternal twilight, where the echoes of long-forgotten laughter twist into something sinister, and the bells toll not for classes, but for the restless dead who wander its halls. Picture empty corridors that come alive after dark, with shadows that whisper secrets and doors that creak open on their own, inviting the unwary to step into a nightmare from which there's no escape. This is the tale of the school that never sleeps, a place where the boundary between the living and the spectral blurs, and once you enter, you might never truly leave. If you've ever felt a chill down your spine walking past an old building at night, brace yourself, because what happened here will make you question every creak and shadow in your own life. Welcome to Mehreen's Scary Stories, where we delve into the darkest corners of the unknown. Tonight, we're exploring a story that's been whispered among locals for generations. A chilling account based on eerie legends and unexplained events surrounding an ancient boarding school nestled in the foggy hills of a forgotten town. Our story centers on Alex, a down-on-their-luck night janitor in their mid who took the graveyard shift job thinking it would be easy money, quiet nights mopping floors, no one around to bother them. Alex had always been a skeptic, dismissing ghost stories as the ramblings of overactive imaginations. But on their first night, as the clock struck 11 and the last lights in the town flickered out, they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The school, with its towering Victorian architecture, ivy-clinging walls, an endless maze of hallways, seemed to breathe with a life of its own. Faint echoes of chalk scratching on blackboards drifted from deserted classrooms, and the air grew thick with the scent of old books mixed with something metallic, like blood. Alex shrugged it off at first, attributing it to the wind or their tired mind playing tricks. But as they ventured deeper into the building, they stumbled upon subtle anomalies: a child's handprint on a foggy window that appeared fresh, a locker ajar with papers spilling out, dated from decades ago, and whispers that seemed to call their name from the vents above. Little did Alex know, these were the first threads unraveling a tapestry of horror woven from a tragic past. A devastating fire in the 1920s that claimed the lives of an entire class of young students trapped in a late-night dissension. Their screams silenced forever, or so the living thought. The spirits of those children, bound by unfinished lessons and unquenched rage, lingered, turning the school into an eternal prison where time stood still. They say the building never sleeps because the souls within it can't find peace, forever reliving their final moments. overturned desks lay like broken bones. Walls bore faded crayon drawings of stick figures engulfed in red-orange flames, a bell tower blazing at the center. Scratched deep into the plaster beside one drawing, "We didn't finish class." Alex's phone, fully charged an hour ago, died instantly. Emergency lights stuttered, plunging long stretches into pitch black. Footsteps light, quick, pattering followed from every direction. Beside, above the ceiling tiles, below the floorboards, the voices fused into a chilling chorus. "Join us. Join us. We're lonely." Alex pried up a loose floorboard and found a brittle leather diary. Pages yellowed and a teacher's frantic scrawl filled the entries. The fire took their bodies in 1927, but their lessons never ended. They need new students to keep the school alive, new voices to answer roll call. The last line, smudged with what looked like soot. "I hear. They're coming for me now." Suddenly, a tiny, ice-cold hand clamped around Alex's ankle from the shadows. Alex kicked free with a yell and ran, lungs burning. Every exit door refused to open. Windows wouldn't shatter no matter how hard they struck. The building had sealed itself like a tomb. Midnight struck a clock in the school, chiming in discordant unison. The east wing erupted in crimson light. Silhouettes of children materialized in the halls, uniforms smoldering, eyes glowing like hot coals. They didn't lunge. They'd beckoned with small, blackened hands. "Sit down," one whispered sweetly, tilting its head. "Class is starting." "You're late." As the first pale streaks of dawn bled across the foggy hills, the school seemed to exhale a long, weary sigh that rattled through every corridor and vent. The crimson glow in the east wing faded to dim emergency red. Then nothing. The relentless chiming of bells softened into a single, final toll, distant and almost mournful. Every locked door clicked open at once, as if the building had decided, for now, to release its grip. Alex stumbled out the front entrance, legs shaking, lungs raw from screaming they hadn't even realized they were doing. The cold morning air hit like a slap reel, sharp, alive. Behind them, the heavy iron gate swung shut with a clang that echoed like a period at the end of a sentence. Alex didn't look back. They drove away at reckless speed, knuckles white on the wheel, the taste of ash still thick on their tongue. For 3 days, Alex stayed locked in their apartment, lights on, TV blaring to drown out silence. They told no one what happened, but on the 4th morning, the phone rang. It was the head custodian, voice flat and tired. "Your keys are still inside. Shift starts at 11 tonight. Don't be late." Alex hung up without a word. That night the dreams came. Endless hallways lit by flickering exit signs. Small hands tugging at their sleeves, soft voices reciting multiplication tables in perfect unison. "You promised," one child whispered, face half hidden in shadow. "You promised to finish class." Alex woke, drenched in sweat, heart hammering. The next day, a small brown envelope arrived, no stamp, no address, just their name, scrawled in childish block letters. Inside, a single sheet of ruled paper, yellowed at the edges. A crayon drawing showed a stick figure adult standing at a blackboard, chalk in hand. Behind them, rows of small seated figures watched intently. At the bottom, in neat red print, "Welcome back, teacher. See you tonight." Alex never returned to Elmwood Academy. They moved cities, changed numbers, tried to forget. But sometimes, very late at night, they still hear it, the faint ring of a bell carried on the wind. Children's voices chanting lessons in the distance. Locals say the lights in the East Wing still flicker on their own after midnight. A single window glows, while the rest of the building stays dark, and if you stand close enough on a quiet evening, you can hear the soft scratch of chalk and a bell tolling for someone new. Elmwood never sleeps. It waits. Patient. Always in row. Thank you for staying with me through this nightmare on Mehreen's scary stories. If your heart is still racing, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another tale that keeps you up at night. Drop your own school horror experiences in the comments. Have you ever heard footsteps in an empty hallway? Felt eyes on you in a deserted classroom? I read every story you share. Until next time, lock your doors, turn on every light, and whatever you do, don't answer if a child's voice calls your name after dark. Sweet dreams, or maybe not.